Hey everyone, welcome. It is 8 p.m. British time, which means we shall start soon. We're just waiting on the last people to join in. Some people are having technical difficulties. Louis will be a few minutes late. So we'll see how that will end, but we should be starting soon. There, the wolf. I don't know if I have you at it, mate. Don't think I do. Don't think I do. Then who's left? Owen. Owen, Louis, and the wolf, I think. Won't be over there, will it? Won't be over there. Well, Owen's in. That's good. That's good. So we just the wolf, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Louis is a few minutes late. Right, to get started in Imola. One of my favorite tracks. Good chance of rain, Imola. And with these cars, I don't think I've ever driven them besides in career, but of course you can apply upgrades when you're in career. So I actually don't know how these cars will act. So that's going to be exciting. Alright, well, we've got 10. So let's go ahead and start. Keep an eye out for Louis. And we're going to be 5 minutes. So, I don't know if the game works that way, because of course we've had this season especially plenty of people who was late for qualifying or got disconnected in qualifying, couldn't join back in the race, so I don't know if Louis can actually race the first race, but he can definitely race in Silverstone, which will be the second round today. As we're just readying up, we'll start in a few seconds. We'll know soon enough what the weather is will be like. Well, we've got a sunny qualifying, to my disappointment. Let's see then. I'll just read up the cars. Well then, I'll read them from the worst cars to the best. If I can scroll up, my phone will work with me. Bear with me a moment. So now we've got Sydney in the Sauber, then we've got Merckx in the Haas, Owen and Louis will go on the V-Carb, Matty Rudd will go on the Red Bull. Oh, no, that's not in order. The Wolf go in the Aston Martin together with Ruddo. Then comes Maris in the Ferrari, Steven and Matty in the Mercedes, and then Brian de Bruce in the McLaren. Well then, we're gonna start one-shot qualifying, and then we'll have a 25% race, and then we'll go to one-shot qualifying again for Silverstone, and then we'll have a 25% in Silverstone. Let's go on board with, I'm gonna randomly pick a number on my screen. Let's go with the Wolf then, on board with him. Oh, this is Owen. Well, that's also fine. Into Tamborelli chicane, turn 2, you want to hit the apex goal all over the curb. Locks up the front a little, misses the apex, but does not lose all too much time. The quick Villeneuve chicane out. Watch out for track limits on the exit. And gets a very good corner as he brakes a little bit late there for turn 7. But he is expected to be second so far. Oh, and Owen is off and does not spin into the barriers, and now he does. That is going to put him in last. Yeah, let's quickly go to someone else. Ruddo to finish the lap. Into turn 14 and 15, the Variante Alta. A little bit of a squiggly exit, but does hit those 2 apexes very well. Now then, for the last tricky part of the circuit. Brake early because the track goes downwards. Watch out for track limits again on the exit there. You can touch a little bit of that inside curb, but you might not want to, especially with these unstable cars. It will be Sydney on pole with a 1:16.3. Then Maris with a 17.2. Ruddo third with a 17.4. Merkt fourth with a 17.6. Then comes O'Steven, Brian DeBruce, and DXT Matty. The rest did not set a lap. Of course, Owen hit the barriers, and the other 2 will have gone track limits. There's your final order. Well, then Sydney on pole by almost a second. I didn't even realize that when I said it out loud. He's in the kick. Well, it's obvious this man cannot just be stopped this easily. Be interested to see what the strategy is for this 25% race. Myself, I don't have a clue. I don't think I've done a 25% race in at least a year. So especially not in this game, I don't have a clue in the world. Give me a moment, please. I'm just adjusting some. Well, of course, I asked every single the driver that's participating today to put their telemetry settings to public. Not everybody has done that, but I, of course, I said it was optional. I'm not going to require someone to put their data out. But here on my second screen, I can see sector times, I can see tire wear, I can see expected strategy. Of course, race sensitive information I will not be naming out on stream. But I'm just adjusting the view here so I can get a good that. Ooh, Maris has left the session. Let's try and get her back. We're gonna have, I think it's gonna be a slight delay. Unfortunately, again, some technical issues, but that's just a part of, especially racing games, just a part of playing online games. Just gonna see the beautiful pit wall in the, again, nice and sunny Imola. And evening to you, oh Steven. Just googling some fun facts, just give me a minute. Imola first hosted a round of Formula 1 racing in 1980. After that, the circuits... That is not true, actually. Pretty sure that's not true. It said it's replaced Monza. But as far as I know, that's not true. Don't really know old F1, so if that is true, please correct me. Construction of the circuit began in 1950, which actually really helped the local area with the unemployment rates at the time. In 1952, Alberto Ascari became the first driver to complete a lap around the track in a Ferrari. And the circuit opened officially in 1953, 3 years later. Ah, okay. No, it was true. Monza was undergoing renovations, and then Imola was called upon to host Italian Grand Prix in 1980. As I hear a timer. So I think we're about to start. I do not see the timer though, so that's strange. There we go. Yeah, we are on the formation lap, so I'll keep my fun facts to myself. Actually, it's quite a long formation lap, isn't it? So, ooh, different tire strategies. We have Sydney, Brian the Bruce, Owen and Matirad on the softs. Then we have Steven on the hards, and then the rest on mediums. Well, I'm just gonna assume it's a one stop, obviously. But maybe timer is really, really high. So don't know. Just put lap data on, because why not? Telemetry on. Yeah. Possible race strategies. It's I don't think anybody is gonna go for the two-stop soft, medium, medium in the span of 16 laps. That's quite unrealistic. Well then, let's see. Are there any more facts? Well, like I said, this track was then called upon to replace Monza for 1980. This, however, was not the first time F1 machinery had powered around the track. The very first F1 race at Imola actually took place in 1963. The non-championship, Imola Grand Prix was won by Jim Clark, who lapped almost the entire field on his way to victory as someone is cutting the chicane. That is Steven, and he's now been put to the grid. Also, the House of Merc. I'm not even watching the screen. I probably should. The House of Merc is by far in the front. Of course, social race, we're not going to enforce everything like we would in the tier races anyways. Now then, everybody doing their last squeeze as he tries to go in the pit lane. I think they've all seen that viral short of people doing that in Las Vegas, but they were not on the formation lap. Anyways, we're lining up to the grid. Last car is a Matti Rudd, who will be approaching very shortly. The lights should go on. It is the 24th of November for the first round of the social race. It's clutch out and go. Maris, of course, does not launch. And there's a big accident involving the McLaren and a Mercedes and an Aston Martin. There's a full course yellow on the track. That will be a virtual safety car right off the bat. Sydney retains his lead. Then Ruddo up the second and Owen up the third. And, of course, besides Maris, the big loser there, I think, is Steven. As Brian de Bruce actually got disqualified. I'm not sure why. As the Wolf also gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding or overtaking, or at least ignoring the yellow flags. There's still cars at the incident. Iris is driving. Oh, Steven is lagging quite a lot. Maris is off. I do not know what's happening. Something is broken. Very broken. We're just gonna hope that fixes itself for now. Yeah, something I think is broken. Yeah, we're gonna do a restart here. I'm gonna commit to the restart. That was absolute chaos. We're just gonna act mechanically. That was a red flag restart of the session. That is very strange. I just see people teleporting everywhere. Of course, that is the F1 game for you. Don't know what else to say. Quickly gonna make a new lobby. Let's invite everyone. Steven. Louis will now be in, starting at the back of the grid though. Ruddo. Sydney. Maris. I think that's everyone I get. Let's do this now. Yes. Corners only off. Braking assist off. Yep. I think that's good. Let's go the AI to 60. Track Imola. Qualifying. Starting grid custom. 25%. Yes. Realistic. Yeah, I was gonna clear. Excuse me. Cly. Strict Park Ferme on. Pistol here. Immersive. Safe first time. Immersive formation lap on. Immersive red flags. Just off. Red flags are so broken. Equal car performance off. Recovery mode. Yes. That's good. Yes, that's good. Damage on. Collisions on. Off for grieving. Off. Alright then. Alright, let's hit the grid then. Please try to, not everybody's in yet. Editor. Let me go back to my own stream. There we go, got it. Oh, we know Sydney is on bloody ball with that elbow in. Sydney, then we've got Maris, second. Yep, Maris. Oh, how do I go down? Reldo third, he's not in yet. And then we've got Merkt. Or Steven is in. Brian the Bruce. 6, Matty. After that, then comes Owen, not in yet. Wolf. There. I should probably be spectating. See, we still got Owen. Dewey just chose his own card. That's fine by me, honestly. Oh no, I did pick for him. Just lying. Straight up line. We need Owen. We need Steven. Matty, Rod. And Brado, actually. Do I not have Owen? I do have Owen. Okay, I swear I had him. I swear I had him. Just deleted me or something. Is Matty Rodin? No, he's not. Don't think I have him. Ah, Relo's in. Lovely. Let me just the grid for that too. Uh, 30 was, yep. And then Owen, front of the wolf, and then Matty Rod be after that, and then okay. Double check one last time. Sydney, Marius, Rollo, Murph, Steven, Brian, Matty, Owen, Dwarf. Yep. Alright then, let's give it another shot, shall we? Drivers are just setting up their strategies. Of course, we have default preset setups enabled today. That means nobody will have an advantage in setup unless you make a mistake and choose the wrong preset. Once again, I hear the ticker, but I don't see the timer. Right then, Mage Lab's on the way. This is the new grid. No real differences except Louis at the back. Smirked is doing some shenanigans again. It's gonna block the pit exit maybe. Hope you get disqualified. Is he doing it, Louis? Oh no. Or is that Owen? That would be even funnier. Yes, it is Owen. Let's check the tires. Let's set up to telemetry. Tires. It's not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same. Turn telemetry off, honestly. Right then. It's definitely not exactly the same. I don't know. Did Rado start on softs last time around? I don't believe so. Oh, Steven is the same person again on the hards. Louis is new, of course, on the mediums. It's almost a guaranteed one stop if there's no safety car or whatever. Just depends which tire you think will last the first stint. And pretty big chunk of people have gone for the softs. I think it's a 50-50. Yeah, it's a 50-50. Softs, mediums, and then one hard runner. Steven. So we're approaching the final turn. Lining up on the grid. Louis has managed to ram himself into something and is now being teleported to the grid. His tires will be a little bit cooler than the rest. Sydney is the first to actually drive in his pitboard. Where's my pen? You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. I do not see my pen. Alright, so we are... Everyone is lined up in the grid. The 5 lights will turn on anytime now. For the second time running, it's the 24th of November 2025, the first round of the social race in Imola. It's a clutch out and away we go. Sydney gets a good start, covers off Maris right away. At the back there's Mercked losing position to Owen. And Brotto looks to the inside of Maris. It's not close enough. There's the Red Bull of Matty Rudd making a place, is battling with Merck. As the Brian de Bruce is pushed wide into the gravel, manages to keep it on the track. There, Matty Rudd looking down the inside of Merck. As there's some debris flying there. I believe that is TXT Matty. We'll have a look in a moment. Sydney already at 1.2 seconds ahead of Rado, then comes Owen, then comes Maris. Maris has lost 2 positions so far. The Red Bull on the inside of Matty Rudd, on the inside of Steven. Aquamina rallied, that was a beautiful move. Props to him, he's not, those hards are definitely not fired up. As Louis is struggling off the start. He has not made up any places. That's not what you would expect from the tier 1 driver. As he seems to have made a mistake. And contact between Rado and Owen. If you had to pick who's gonna have contact this race, it would be between Rado and Owen. I'm surprised that's not full course yellow. Owen with wing damage. I believe Rado's off way worse. Matty Rudd now into the second. Rado does not have damage to his front wing at least. We don't know if he's got damage to his rear wing or rest of the car. Owen, yeah, Owen's gonna lose out a lot of positions. Maris goes wide. That's a track limit warning for sure. Even dipped a wheel in the gravel there. Managed to keep on the track. Now then, Merck really trying to get past Steven, but there's also another Mercedes of DXT Matty right behind him, looking to the inside of the chicane contact with Brian de Bruce. Brian de Bruce reacted a little bit late to what happened in front of him and has touched the Mercedes head. It does not look like there's any damage to the car. In the background, Lewis looking down for a move on Brian. And 2 in the pits. That is Owen and Merck. I think the wing damage we saw at the start of lap 1 might have been from Merck then. Let's see if that's a front wing change as well. Well, Owen will be a front wing change, of course. No, this is strategy from Merck. He is going to the end on these hard tires. It's quite an interesting one. We'll see how that works out then. Watching the Wolf, who's picked up a penalty. But he's still looking for a move on Brian. The front Sydney is quite uncontested at the moment. Two Mercedes will definitely keep fighting for the moment. I believe they're even champions. No, not rivals for the championship, but in the championship in Tier 2, they are rivals, I believe. As Brian, the Wolf, gets past Brian de Bruce. Clean move on the outside from the Wolf. DRS enabled. If you're within a second, you'll gain around 20 to 30 kilometers per hour extra on the main straight. Imola only having one DRS zone, as Brian de Bruce was looking down for a move down the inside of turn 2, officially it is, on the Wolf. Just a tad too far away. Wondering if Matty is being held up by Steven. Of course, they're luckily on different strategies, so they won't have to double stack. Of course, we're not really teammates here if you're in the same car for today. There's no championship, so why help someone else? Rado is back at the grid. I believe he was like 8 seconds down the back. I felt contact with Owen, but now he's looking for a move to P8 down the inside. Turn 17, that won't work, just a bit too far away once more. The main straight, Brian won't have the DRS, Rado will, so that should be an easy move. Seems like Brian is either out of DRS or saving. Owen sets the fastest lap of the race, 17.5 on his fresh hard tires. Wondering if the tires of Sydney in front are actually wearing off quite quickly now. Because you'd think he's in clean air, he's quick, and he's on softs. Of course, those softs will not last very long at all. Especially in 25% race, they must be significantly worn by now. It's Louis. Ooh, he just lifted off his throttle. You don't want to be going on down the inside of turn 17 or 18 it is. It's going to be a risky move, but now on the main straight with DRS should be easy. Louis moves up to P5. Ooh, that's a painful one for Brian de Bruce. 10-second time penalty for speeding in pit lane. So we got past DXT Matty. I said Steven, but it was DXT Matty. Pardon me. On the main straight this lap. He's already right at the back of the other Mercedes, Steven. As they both go a little bit wide. Louis is significantly more wide than Steven. Pretty sure they both tipped the wheel in the gravel though. That will hurt your wear as well. Well, Louis got a great exit out of chicane. It's gonna line him up perfectly for the DRS on the main straight. As Sydney is into the pits, the race leader, interesting enough, Maris follows. She goes into the pits as well. She started on medium tires, so those mediums are not lasting as well. Interestingly enough, no other medium runner has pitted. So, for some reason, the mediums of Maris has worn a lot more than the other drivers. Or she thinks pitting early is the best strategy. Like I said at the start, I have no clue what to do in 25% races. That was on track. Owen gets past. Oh, Maris into Tamburello chicane. So we're wondering now, are there any... Well, Ruddo is still out on softs. He's the only soft runner who's not boxed yet. He'll probably be boxing this lap, but does Louis think, right, I'm stuck behind this Mercedes. He's not boxing anytime soon. I should undercut him by boxing now. We'll see what he does. No. Louis stays out. Decides to stay battling with the Mercedes, but probably gonna get past as the Wolf does go into the pits. Another medium runner. Ruddo on the soft stays out longer, even after having that contact. Remember, on lap 1 or 2, massive contact with Owen. You could see there Louis trying alternate lines than the racing line as he looks down the inside of the hairpin. That would not work. It's a little bit of a moment on the exit. It's lost him definitely some time, but you can see there in the Villeneuve chicane they were trying alternate lines just to get past. So Louis definitely feels like he's being held up. Ooh, almost contact there even. Louis definitely feels like he's being held up by the Mercedes. You can see by the lap times he is. Only the lap is not even complete, and you can see at the top right it will be 1.5 seconds down in his personal best. And Steven dives into the pit. Louis on the mediums stays out, is now leading the race, but Steven on the hards. We still have halfway to go, so I wonder which tire he's going on. The mediums. Well, the thing is, Steven, if you can't make the hards last longer than half of the race, you definitely won't make the mediums last half of the race. As DXT Matty goes on softs. That's an interesting choice. Well then, Louis still has to pit. So he is not in contention for the win as it stands. But come around, if he boxes right now, he would come out of the pits in around P6. Sydney has boxed. And he is virtually leading this race. Both him and Merckx are going to the end. Merckx is on a little bit older hards. Of course, remember, he boxed at the end of lap 1 to go to those hards, to go to the end. And honestly, it seems like it's paying off. He started in P4 and is now up to virtually P2. As, ooh, Owen into the wall again. It's a full course yellow. It's a full course safety car. Everyone's going into the pits. Bit of a miscommunication with Steven there, but That was on the exit of, I believe it was Aqua Minerale. Yeah, it was. He's lost all of his front wing. It's not the first moment for him, as actually, this is perfect for Louis. But Louis does not have a new set of mediums left over, and he does not believe that the softs will go to the end. What does Sydney do? So Matty Rudd picks up a 10-second time penalty. Yeah, Sydney still has a set of softs, and that means Steven, who's just boxed the previous lap, gets major track position up to P2. Let's see where he started this race. Oh, that's gap. Excuse me. Position change. Yeah. Well, of course, Louis is the big gainer starting last. He missed qualifying. But Steven started in P5. Did not have a great race, to be fair. Until now. He's into P2 in contention for the win. We're all going to the end. There will be no reason to build up the tire menu. Except to see which side everyone's gone on. Because Brian de Bruce also stayed out. Of course, he has the penalty. Let's see. 13 seconds of penalty. He's out of contention for this win. The Wolf, 3 seconds. Also going to be out of contention for the win. And Matty Rod, of course. 10 seconds. He's just got this lap. But it's interesting enough that not everybody is pitted. Of course, Steven. It's the best decision not to pay. He's on basically new tires anyways. Safety car came out like halfway through his first lap. Or sorry, halfway through his second lap. Brian de Bruce and the Wolf, same story, except a little bit longer on the hards. We're just gonna keep this screen up for now. Oh, and also on new tires, of course. I don't know who he's trying to fake there. I mean, kind of faked me, so I guess that was successful. That is smart from Matty Rudd. That is very smart. He is going to serve his 10-second time penalty now under the safety car. So he won't lose anything when he crosses the finish line. Of course, the pack is going really slowly. You'll be able to catch back up to the pack. So that 10-second penalty is removed for basically free. Only a few track positions. And he can go to the softs now. But I still don't know. Louis on hards versus Steven and Sydney on mediums behind. What is nice for Louis is if he does get overtaken by Steven and Sydney, he still has that sort of barrier between all the soft runners of Brian de Bruce and the Wolf. That is implying that they will stay where they are right now. Position. Which, to be honest, I don't think is realistic. But in theory, it could work, honestly. Safety car will go in this lap, as there's a bit of confusion at the back. Owen and Brother are standing almost still. So I don't know what happens there, but we'll look at the front. We'll go on board with Sydney. Safety. Louis has to wait before the safety car enters the pit lane before he can go. Which is now. And Louis gone right away. And it's a good restart for him. He's got Steven won't have a chance. He is weaving still. So he believes he's under pressure, but Steven is dumping his battery. He is getting closer. He's getting closer into turn 2. He's still too far away. The order stays as it is, as Merck. Ooh. Bit of gravel, and Merck goes off the track again. Does he have damage? I wonder. I wonder what happened there. As there's a Ferrari and a V-Carb going alongside into Villeneuve, and Owen looks on the inside of Maris. That's not possible. Maris is too far away. Now then, back to the front. Sydney, around 3 tenths behind O'Steven. He's looking, even in Aqua Minerale, he's looking for a move. Aqua Minerale is such a dangerous place to overtake. It's a dangerous part of the circuit, as we've seen Owen spin twice, once in qualifying and once in the race. Right, contact. Maris is off. I believe that was contact with Ruddo or Owen, I'm not sure. But just as I switched, Maris was spun around and she is gonna be out of, well, not out of the race, and contact or free wide going into the last turn. That won't work. And Ruddo's a big loser in terms of position for that. We're going free wide on the main straight. Oh, that's too far. Excuse me. With Mercked, Owen, and Matty Rudd. Matty Rudd on the inside of turn 2. Contact with Owen and Matty Rudd. Matty Rudd closed the door on Owen, saying, "You're not close enough. I will not leave you any of the space." And Owen is back up in front. I don't know how he's done it. Matty Rudd's going slowly. Matty Rudd is going very slowly. Did he get an illegal overtake? That is what I'm wondering. Quickly. Matty looking for a move on the Wolf. The Wolf is also looking for a move on Brian the Bruce. It's all very close here. We'll quickly go to the main straight, see if Sydney will get past. Lewis build up a big gap. There's 3 laps to go of this race now. As I reckon Sydney will get comfortably past. Mercked will get past in the straight as well. That's a very slow Brian the Bruce. Mercked has to watch out for him. That was quite a late defensive move by Brian the Bruce. And Mercked has lost his end plate. His front wing. Owen takes advantage of that by going through on the Englishman. Well, Sydney has some work to do, but he's decreased the gap from 1.2 seconds, 2.4 seconds to 1.2 for the lead, as there are a lot of overtakes going on. Owen gets in front of Brian the Bruce, and there is Brian the Bruce with Merck battling again, and behind them was Ruddo and Matty also going alongside each other, so there's definitely a lot of action. But very important, Sydney's already within a second of Louis, who will get DRS on the main straight. Half a sector. 60 Matty gets another time penalty. So, is Sydney close enough? He does sits the fastest lap. It's going to be a clean overtake for him into the lead. We were doubting if he would still win this race after the safety car went out. But he's gone past Louis within 2 laps of the safety car boxing. So that is mission successful. But Louis is not giving up. Louis is not giving up. So Merck gets past the Wolf now. Been to P5. Owen's got 3 seconds worth of penalties. At the back there, Brian the Bruce goes a little bit wide out of the hairpin. Matty Rudd is trying to take advantage. Going on the inside there. Brian the Bruce left him all the space. Of course, Brian is on pretty old hards. And Matty is on pretty, well, I guess you could say old softs as well. 4 laps for softs, 25% race distance. That's old. So Brian the Bruce is now losing a lot of positions. It's a little bit of contact, I believe, even. Now back to the front. Louis is within a second. We go into the final lap of this race. If you want to make an overtake, you gotta do it now. The turn 2, Louis is too far. Kind of seals the deal. Unless Sydney makes a mistake. And of course we know Sydney does not make mistakes under normal circumstances. charging his battery, because you're going to see by the flickering light that he is saving his battery for the last part of this lap. He's pushing that car. He's keeping up to Aqua Minerali. Both they go. A little bit of a moment for both of the cars now. Going into the Alta chicane. A bit locking of the front tires. Into turn 17 now. Can Louis see something? There's something going on behind them. I believe that's Fredo having a moment. There's a lot of time penalties going on right now. But that doesn't matter. Sydney will win the first part of the social event in Imola. Followed by Louis from the back of the grid up to P2. Amazing drive by him. That's what happened. Matty Rudd cut the circuit and did not give any time, give any positions back. So he's got another 10-second time penalty. Top of the earlier 10 seconds he served for speeding in the pit lane. Well done, Maris. Still has some way to go, of course, after that contact. But O'Steven on the podium. Great drive by him as well. And then Mercked P4, of course, with that wing damage at the end. Podium celebrations. Well then, these are your final results for Imola. I'm gonna move to Silverstone in a second. Bit of beefing going on in the driver's chat. Who thought it was a smart idea to let Owen race? Just lucky Kent's not here. Right, let me change the track to Silverstone and change the weather to dynamic. Let's do a little rain dance. There we go. Dynamic weather. Starting grid will be one shot and short. There we go. Right then, really hope for some rain. We've had some people leave. Of course, why is there... Why is there an AI? I've got that just on time. No rain for quali, so that's... I don't know how the system works. But I'm pretty sure if it's 25% race, that'll mean that it's not going to rain for the race. Alright then, let's choose once again a random car. Probably Brian the Bruce we go on board with. Owen also starting at the back together with Sydney. Excuse me. I am almost dying here. So far, that's a very good lap from Brian the Bruce. On to... straight. Still a bit wide. Takes a long way around Club Corner now onto the Hamilton Straight. Infamous moment in 2021 happened in Cobb's Corner where we're going through now. Wanna hit that apex, almost flat out. You don't wanna turn too much. You'll hurt those fronts a lot. On to straight. Ruddo takes pole, followed by Maris, Brian the Bruce, or Steven, and Sydney will start P5. Then comes Owen. Ooh, Sydney's disqualified himself, but he'll start last. So this is your grid. Ruddo, Maris, Brian, or Steven, Owen, Matty, the Wolf, and Sydney. race lap will be on the way shortly. Let's see. Anybody. If anybody, I mean Owen. Who else? Will do any shenanigans. City is just got in turn 1. What is the tires? What are we doing with the tires? That is the gap, that is not the lead though. Tires, everyone on softs except Steven, Matty and Sydney. Brandon Bruce qualifying in a very good P3 for him. And running on the softs, see how that will go. See if Steven can jump in, or maybe he can get Maris. Simple, soft, medium, medium, soft strategy. This race, most likely. Approaching the grid now, but Maris Sydney will be the last car who's doing some shenanigans with Owen. Owen once again faking going to pit. So what are we doing now? Oh no, he's ghosted! He's ghosted and Sydney spins round in the gravel. Sydney is disqualifying himself. Fair enough then. We'll look at the front now for the 5 lights. Come on. It's the 24th of November, round 2 of the social event in Silverstone, 5 lights. And it's clutch out and away we go. Looks like a good start by Rado. Covers up Maris right away. Brian de Bruce gets a good start. Tries to go around the outside of Maris, but Maris defends a little too hard. Contact at the back. As Owen is up to P3, pushes Brian de Bruce all the way off the track. Brian de Bruce keep the inside, but wants to keep his front wing in one piece. Further back, it's Steven and the Wolf. Battling it out. You see the alternate lines. That might just be lap 1. You can see Brian de Bruce going very wide. He did it on his quality lap as well around Club Corner. He'll get a better exit and a better top speed for the Hamilton straight. But it's risky because you might get overtaken. The Wolf, surely not into Meckets and Beckett's. Tried to look to go down the inside. Owen goes wide. Wonder if that was a track limit. I think it was. Won't be his first one then after having that moment at the start. And is chasing down Maris. Sydney only up to P7. Getting past Matty. And I'm pretty sure Matty suffered from some lap 1 incident. Srado already. Oh no, Maris goes wide. Through goes Owen. And Maris even goes into the gravel. Owen is up to P2. Did not have to do much for it. Matty's in the pit. I wonder if that's for damage. Wonder if there's a front wing ready for him there. Well, I see a broken front wing, and there is a change of the front wing, indeed. So he'll go to the end on those hards, I assume. Only thing he can do from there. It's just like what Merck did last time around. Owen putting a purple sector 1 on the board. Quicker than Rado at least. Just chasing down to get within that magical 1 second. The Wolf got really close to Steven there. I just saw him in the background. DRS open for everyone on the grid except Matti and the 2 leaders. The Wolf picks up a time penalty again. Just like last race, that's going to cost him some crucial time. Owens is the fastest lap, and Prado might have made a mistake. Yeah, just looking at the sector times, he's lost 7 tenths in one sector. That is not normal driving. Now will Owen take the lead of the British Grand Prix. On the hanger straight, DRS open for Owen, should be a relatively easy overtake. On the inside here, beautiful camera shot from the helicopter. Owen takes the lead of the race. Brother tries to fight back into club corner, but that will not work. Now Rado will have the DRS, however, and is looking to get that lead back from Owen. And they do it beautifully. And Owen tries to fight back. But Rado's back into the lead. We have our first official pit stop. I'm just going to assume that is official pit stop. By Mouse, yellow flag. That will be the Wolf. That will. He has hit the wall. He's lost his front wing. On the main straight. And that will not be a safety car. So that is really painful for the Wolf. He's going to have to go a whole lap out of the front wing. And I won't blame him if he retires that car. Oh. Just realized. I've mixed Club up with Lovefield. Anyways, we're going into Cobb's corner. Owens back in the lead. Followed by Ruddo and the Bruce, Sydney, Stephen. The Wolf, who has that wing damage. Of course, remember, Maris just pitted in P7. And Matty so picked up some damage. Lap 1 is going to the hearts on the end. Well, there is open for Ruddo. Now this is club corner. Owen keeps his lead. Wonder how the softs are doing this. Surely, well, we're not seeing any fastest laps. That says a lot. And just looking at the top right delta there, saw he was around a second down on his personal best lap time. Now we're gonna go on to the Wellington straight now. Prado gets a bit of a bad exit as the Wolf is now finally into the pits with his broken win. Prado got a little bit of a bad exit going onto the straight, so he'll not be able to make that move to get back into the lead. And I wonder if at least one of them will pit this lap to either avoid the undercut or do an undercut. Make some minutes. Well, looks like Prado get a very good exit compared to Owen. Maris picks up a 3-second time penalty. And I wonder if Prado is able to get close now. It doesn't seem like that. The straight is just a bit too short to hang straight. And Prado fakes, I don't know who, because Owen was already, maybe Brian, But Owen was already past the pit entry. He fakes a pit entry. And I think Brian is into the pits. Yes, he is. Gonna get rid of the soft tires. I'm surprised neither of the both leaders actually boxed there to try and undercut each other. Or just want to battle. Oh, did you see that? Just drifting from Owen there. And we haven't talked about it much, but look who's creeping up in P3. Of course, I know it's not his real position. People have bugs, blah blah blah. But he is 4 seconds behind the leaders. That says a lot, starting from last. Of course, first in the championship in Tier 1, Sydney. He's got some mighty pace. So he's going to be joining this battle soon. That is, of course, if Owen and Redo do not pit this lap. They're both charging the ERS right now. As you can see, both cars are blinking the rear LED light on the back of the cars. The Megas and Beckets. Last time around, Redo had a way better exit, and it seems like that's the case again. No, not really. He stays 4 tenths. Stays 4 tenths. See at the back, that's a bright green Sauber slowly getting closer. Then, who is boxing? Both of them are. They tried to fake each other out, but both of them are into box. Both Owen and Redo. Watch out for that pit limiter. It's an awfully slow pit lane around here. And Sydney, that is surprising. Sydney is in as well. So they're all gonna be boxing. I wonder I assume to mediums, but I wonder what tire Sydney's going on. It might be the hards even. Yeah, it will be the hard tires for Sydney to the end. Oh, it's a front wing change. It's a front wing change for Sydney. I've completely missed that. I did not know he picked up damage. That's gonna lose him a lot of time. Yeah. Or Maris comes out compared to Redo. And Redo has to sit behind Maris. That is crucial for his race. That means Maris, of course, still in contention. But remember, she does have a 3-second time penalty. And she does not have the arrest right now. That means Redo will get past pretty easily. Ooh, Maris does defend though. Oh, contact. Redo's turned into Maris. That was not a clean move as far as I could tell. That's quite unfortunate, really. Maris was in good contention for a high finishing position. Seems just Redo just turned in. Well then. Steven pits. Pit time loss is around 30 seconds and he has entered the pits. I think he'll come out in P6 around. In front of Matty. Well then. Contact between Maris and Redo. Redo has lost some time into the pits. Oh, Steven goes on to the soft tires for the end. The gap is now 3 seconds to the new race leader, or the old one I should say. Owen is back in the lead. But 3.5 seconds in 6 laps. That is pretty big. That is really big. Sydney and Steven. Not coming in front of Matty, but it's really close here. Sydney goes past Matty, but yeah, the Wolf's retired. That will be a virtual safety car. Of course, yellow. All back slows down. Fortunately for Redo, cap is now 7 seconds. Probably has to do something with the delta. Fortunately for Redo, it's not a full course, so that doesn't mean everyone will catch up back to the leaders. Wonder if anybody is gonna dive into the pits. Only person I see it doing is Matty. But honestly, I think that's a pretty bad decision. I take that back. We do see someone boxing. That's Maris. Did she pick up any damage though, I wonder? Well, we are racing again, so Maris gonna end up in last here. Rado, yeah, so it was the Delta problem. Rado did not lose another 4 seconds to Owen. It's just because the virtual safety car came out. Looked like it. And we're back on a 3-second gap. I think it's a bit of a bad exit. Oh, Steven does not have to do as Matty does. Matty is on pretty old hards. Wonder how long it's gonna take before Steven can get past on fresh softs. Five turns for team. Going into Meckets and Beckett's. DRS open now for the ladder Mercedes. Ah, he's too far, He can't make it now, he has to wait. Ooh, so Steven breaks, turns in a little bit late. Matty goes a little bit wide. Both make mistakes. Sydney sets a new fastest lap. And ooh, contact between the two Mercedes. Going into turn 1, they'll be going alongside. And Matty backs off. It's quite scary sometimes how you can't perceive the depth when there's a camera facing at a certain angle. I thought they were going to crash into each other, but Matty backed out of that, luckily. Well then, the race kind of settled down. Everyone's not within a second. Nobody has the DRS except Matty for that one last straight. And we've got 3 laps to go. So Owen. Oh, that is crucial. Owen has picked up a 3-second time penalty. That's gonna motivate Rado to get within that 3 seconds, because then he'll still win the race. The gap is 3.9 seconds, almost 4. It's gonna be hard, but it's definitely doable to close that gap. Keeping an eye on that grab. Meanwhile, the Sauber of Sydney is getting really close to Brian. Sydney will pick up the DRS. Ooh. Behind on the straight. Forgive me, I do not know these corners, so I'm gonna stop trying to name them. But Sydney, easy pass on the straight up to P3, starting from the back of the grid. On purpose. Should be said as well, of course. Give himself a challenges. All the way up to a podium position. That's quite familiar seeing a Sauber hit P3, especially around Silverstone. I mean, only around Silverstone. After Nico Hulkenberg scored his first podium in his career this season around this track. check the fastest laps and the penalties. So first of all, Owen with 3 seconds, like we just managed. Maris back also with 3 seconds. She is definitely gonna finish in last, unfortunately. She said she would bottle P2 again. It has happened, but not really due to her own fault. Peter, not penalties, tires. Oh, you have to check it here, don't you? Yeah, fastest lap. Sydney has the fastest lap. 29.6 in a kick Sauber realistic performance. Quite impressive. Trying to read this view. Is that mine? It's one lap. I assume it's not. But is it raining? Wait, am I? No, it definitely is raining. It is raining. Oh my god, it's raining. Last lap of this race. Put it back to interval. Ruddo's struggling a lot. What smile of your face is Owen's gonna win this race. Last lap, it is raining. I did a rain dance and it came out, but not how I wanted it to. Yeah, please. Someone might make a mistake. Tricky conditions. Old slicks in the rain. It's gonna be very slippery. As you can see, Owen has to put the steering wheel straight in the middle of a corner. Next and Beckett's for the last time. Still looks like there's some decent amount of grip on the track. Ooh, but you can see there, you can notice it's definitely raining. It is very slippery. Owen's 2 seconds down on his personal best on these old slicks in the rain. Doesn't matter now. He's gonna be approaching the finish line. Going through the last couple corners, taking it really easy. Has no reason not to. It does slide around the... Did they spin? Okay, no, it just took a very long time to get the camera, but Owen wins the British Grand Prix. Followed by Ruddo with a good drive in second. Sydney, amazing drive by him, starting at the back of the grid. The worst car on the grid, all the way up to P3. Followed by, oh, there he goes, Brian, the Bruce, and Steven cross the finish line as well. P4 and 5 respectively, and there in the back, Matty spins over the finish line in common F1 game fashion. And once again, we have to wait for Maris to cross the line. For the moment with Ruddo, it's not really her own fault as far as we could see. She'll cross the line as well to finish in 7th. Well then, everyone. That is the social event wrapped up. We had some fun races. Fortunately, some people had to leave because they have duties the next morning. But we still had 8 drivers completing the whole event. It was fun to watch. It's definitely fun to watch. Sydney won the first round. Now Owen wins the second one. As I did not get to see, for whatever reason, the final results screen. Yeah, it's interesting. But we've seen the final results. I can't name them by head, but that is whatever. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all for driving. Thank you all for watching. And well, I'll see you next week. I'll be racing in Tier 1 and I'll be commentating, hopefully commentating Tier 2.